Hi, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Simon, and I am the principal at Shawnee Elementary School, one of our elementaries in Chippewa Valley. And I love to read to students. It's one of my favorite things to do. And during the month of March, I always choose a book that goes with our reading month theme. And so this year at Shawnee, we have chosen a space theme. Blast off with reading is our theme. And so I've chosen a book. A is for Astronaut, blasting through the alphabet. These stories I've actually read to our students for the past couple of years. There's a whole series of these kinds of books, and they have all different topics. And so I encourage you to check them out. They have them for the different states and for animals and camping and zoo and all kinds of different things. And so whatever you're interested in, all the different sports they have, there is a book probably, I can't guarantee it, but more than likely there's probably a book that you can find about all of those different topics that you might enjoy. And so this one goes along with our reading month theme. And so I wanted to choose this one to read to you this year. And there's a lot of information you're going to see on the sides of the pages. I'm not going to be able to read you all of that information, but I encourage you, like I always encourage my students every year. I've been reading them these books for the past couple of years, and I always encourage them to go back and check it out because there's so much interesting and neat information. They're actually informational books, so much more than just the small portion of the page that I read to you that goes with each letter. That's just the beginning. There's so much I learn every year from whatever story I choose, and that's what reading is all about, right? We read so that we can learn more information and get interested in different topics. And so I encourage you to check out these books. So this one is called A is for Astronaut, and it is actually written by an astronaut, and it is by Clayton Anderson and illustrated by Scott Brundage. And so Mr. Anderson takes us through some of the things that he got to experience as an astronaut when he was up in space. All right, so here we go. A is for Astronaut, the bravest of souls. They fly into space and assume many roles. They pilot, they spacewalk, and they even cut hair. But seeing Earth from our orbit, that will cause them to stare. B is for Blast Off, a powerful thing. When those engines are fired, it'll make your ears ring. There is smoke and vibration, and we launch into space, and we do it with flair, with excitement and grace. The capsule's important, and it starts with a C. It's a tiny compartment, much too crowded for me. Our heroes will live there through all of their flight. They'll eat, sleep, and work in a space that's quite tight. For engineers and scientists, knowledge is key, and D stands for data, information we need. Be it numbers or symbols, we must send it to Earth, for it's there that the trained people will determine its worth. For spacefaring astronauts, it's orbit or bust. To put us there quickly, we will need massive thrust. It takes many forms, be it fuel or the sun's rays, but it's E for the energy that will power our stays. As we soar into space, we see objects galore, but to land there and visit can be quite a chore. When we don't plan on stopping, we just wave and say hi and zing right on past. That's an F for flyby. G is for galaxy. Ours is called Milky Way. Not named for the candy, it looks much like paint spray. It is shaped like a spiral filled with billions of stars. For us to explore it, we must travel quite far. Space helmets are crucial, and H is their letter. They're protecting our heads so they must be built better, with cameras and visors to help with our sight, and headlights allow us to work through the night. When we zoom around the Earth, there's an angle we need. It's very important, not related to speed. Called inclination, it starts with an I, and it dictates over which part of the Earth we will fly. To jettison means to throw something away, like broken equipment or an old solar array. Its letter is J, and it's like tossing out trash, which will hit the Earth's atmosphere and burn up in a flash. The 35th president, his last name started with K, John F. Kennedy, was a man who had so much to say. He challenged our nation to do things that were hard, saying, "We chose to go to the moon, where our astronauts starred." After any space mission, we return to the Earth. We plan it to detail for all that it's worth. A safe landing is needed, and it starts with an L. When we're back here on Earth, oh, the stories we'll tell. Rocks flying through space, leaving bright yellow trails, need an M because they're meteors with very long tails. When they get close to our planet with atmosphere near, they will burn up quite quickly and poof, disappear. The world loves outer space. It's a grand destination, and NASA's the group representing our nation. The N stands for national, and it gives us such pride when a rocket is launched with our flag on its side. Breathing in space will require a gas. It's represented by O in a chemistry class. We know it's called oxygen, and it keeps us alive up in space or deep water if we go scuba dive. P is for planning, an absolute must. If NASA can't do it, the mission could bust. To know what you're doing and when it is due is an excellent practice for ground folks and crew. Q is for quasar, an incredible star. Quasars appear faint and red as their destination is far. They send X-rays and light to all corners of space, but their pull is so strong, not much light will escape. R is for rendezvous, meaning in space we will meet. To bring two ships together can be quite the feat. Using thrust from our engines, smart computers, and plans, if we do it correctly, crews can finally shake hands. Working outside in space is sure to impress. We call it spacewalk, and its letter is S. Floating weightless with tools and a bulky white suit, we can fix and install things. It's really a hoot. To reach space destinations, one thing is a must. It frees us from gravity, and we call it thrust. Starting with T, it's the force we will need, as a fiery rocket gives our ship plenty of speed. U is for universe, the place we explore. Using spaceships and rockets, we are searching for more. New planets, new worlds, maybe beings like us. And if we are to find them, then continue we must. V is for Voyager, two NASA space probes. They are still sending data, having long left our globe. They have passed all our planets. To deep space they have flown, and discoveries continue how our knowledge has grown. As we climb high into space, wind is always a force. Beginning with W, it will blow us off course. The rocket's computers will just move us a bit So our target is always the place we will hit. X-rays are invisible. We can't see them on Earth. Their letter is X and they have serious worth. Harnessed correctly, they let doctors see deep inside our bodies where problems may be. In spaceships, the color yellow with a Y is well known. It means there is a caution with an alarm and a tone. But the crew won't be upset, nor scared, nor afraid. It's not usually a crisis. The ground will give aid. Z is for Zulu, which represents time. It's our reference to England when London's clocks chime. As we fly around the earth, folks must know our day's plan. So we all set our watches to match that time span. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that book, and I hope you learned a little bit about maybe space or astronauts and what their job is, because that's what reading is all about, having fun, exploring new places, and learning new things. So read throughout this month, and I hope that you have a great time exploring some new books and learning new things that you didn't know before. Happy Reading Month. We'll see you later. Bye.